Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have another pen here in my collection, and this is another Visconti, and you can see this outer box. This is the old style Visconti box that the Visconti pens used to come in. So let me open this box up and I will show you what is inside it. So you have this clamshell box, and this is sort of a faux leather box that you can see here with the Visconti logo on it. And again, this is the old style boxes, so if you get a Visconti in this box, it's typically a fountain pen or a ballpoint or a rollable pen that has probably been in stock for some time. I think they changed the boxes beginning of 2019, but there's probably still a surplus of boxes out there. So some models will come with this old style box and others with the new style box. So let me open the box here. And this is the Manhattan Magma. And you can see here the Visconti logo on this faux leather box. And then you have this lovely pen, and this pen is a smaller pen from Visconti. It's what Visconti call the midi size of pens, but there's something quite interesting about this. So this is actually, I think, probably one of the very few midi versions that actually has a power vac filler from Visconti. But you can see here, this material is actually quite nice, and it's a material that, strangely enough, Omas have used in the past in some of their pens, and it's a black sort of luteite sort of resin, and it has these orange swirls going through it. Now, one of the problems that you will have is that because of these swirl patterns, you will not always get them lining up. So that's one thing to bear in mind with something like this. But in terms of the cap here, you can see it comes with the standard Visconti. This is not a My Pen finial, so you cannot swap it out. Comes with the bridge clip here, and this is a very springy bridge clip. And this material really is quite lovely. It's a material that I do like a lot. Now, if I unscrew this, you can see here the pen and the size in my hand. Now, it is a number 5 size nib, so it's not a number 6 size nib because it is a MIDI pen. So that you also have to bear in mind. But this is actually quite a nice nib. But you can see there the gap on those tines. It's actually a really lovely writer. So this is a pen that I've had in my collection for quite some time. It's actually going to be going off to another person that has purchased it because I'm selling this pen. But I hope that they will really like this pattern. So I wanted to get a quick video review done of this. I have a number of pens in my collection that I still haven't reviewed yet, and this was one of them. And because I'm selling it, I decided I needed to get this review done quite quickly. So, as I mentioned, it is a power vac filler. So you unscrew the knob here, and you then pull it back, and then to fill it, you just push it in. And I'm just trying to do this away from the box, just in case I don't want any ink going anywhere. So it has a chrome section. I believe it's palladium plated. Most of the Visconti pens with a chrome section, it is palladium plated. But this is quite a lovely pen, and it's a pen that I have liked, but I'm not, unfortunately, into sort of MIDI versions of pens. So for me, I prefer the oversized pens. But I think let's do a size comparison, a weight check, and a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So in terms of size, we are looking at around about 100 40 millimeters in length. The cap is about 68 millimeters in length. And then if we look at the full length of the body to the tip of the tines, we're looking at about 129 millimeters. So it's not that small compared to some MIDI pens, but I do find that it's just a little bit smaller than I would normally go for. Now, the full weight of the pen, we are looking at just under 45 grams, and this is uninked. The cap is just over 16 grams, and then the body of the pen, again uninked, we're looking at just over 28.5 grams. So it is actually quite a weightier pen, but it also isn't that heavy, so it doesn't really feel that heavy in the hands. But it does have obviously a metal section, and it does have a power vac filler, so that does add a little bit to the weight of the pen. So let's do a pen comparison. So from left to right, we have the Delta Federico, we have a Pelican M800, and this is the Ocean Swirl. We have a Visconti Medici Il Magnifico. We have a Visconti Homo Sapiens Bronze Swirl. We have an Omos 360. We have the Visconti Manhattan Magma. A Visconti Voyager, and this is the Visconti Kaleido Voyager in Forest Green. A Visconti Kaleido Voyager in Yellow Dawn. We have an Atelier Lusso, and this is the Andromeda in the King Cobra, and another Atelier Lusso Andromeda, and this is the Dragon. So let's do a writing sample. So this is the Visconti Manhattan Magma, and this is a fine nib, and the ink I'm using here today is just Lamy blue, but it's a really lovely blue. It's a blue that I do like a lot. It's a very standard sort of blue colour. Now this is a 23 karat palladium nib, so I'll put this here, palladium, but you can see here it's actually quite a nice writer. So in terms of sort of line variation, it's a palladium nib, so this is a standard line variation, and you can push it a little bit more if you want to. And you can see here with these figure of eights that you can push it quite a bit more. So it's actually quite a nice sort of pen in how it writes. Now in terms of the wetness test, let's have a look at this. As you can see there, it's quite a wet writer. So for me, this is actually a really, really nice writing pen. It has a little bit of bounce, as you can see there, to the writing example. You can get a little bit of line variation out of that nib, because it is a 23 karat palladium nib. And typically I only have two 23 karat palladium number 5 size nibs. With this one and the Visconti Divina Metropolitan, which also has a number 5 size nib. A lot of the number 6 size nibs aren't always that bouncy, but the number 5 nibs I have, at least only 2 in my collection, are quite bouncy. So you can see here the line variation that you're getting, and it's a very wet writing nib. And it's just a stunning pen. I do like that pen. But for me, I'm not really into midi-sized pens, and I don't really like the number 5 size nibs. I prefer a number 6 size nib. I find it offers a lot more characteristic to my writing, so unfortunately I am letting this pen go, and as I mentioned earlier, this is going to a very good home. So that's a review of the Visconti Manhattan Magma. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.